Greetings, this is General. Welcome back to more Trials of Mana. In the last one, we found out who took Fairy, and we did a lot of other miscellaneous things. In this one, we will finally get into the area to save Fairy. We have to go through this entire prison, catacombs, probably not catacombs, but prison sewer. Kind of weird little thing. Yeah, we have to go through this basement, this dungeon. Was there ever a prison that had like a little canal thing? Would seem kind of weird to have that little water canal. Oh well. Fantasy games will fantasy. But yeah, we're getting pretty close to 38. Should be getting 38 by the probably next fight or the one after.
Weaken the enemy.
4 mages. Yeah, this playthrough has a lot of mages. Yep, bam. 38. We now have reached the level requirement for class 3. Granted, we can't actually class change yet. It'll probably tell me what pretty soon it'll pop up, I'm sure, of what will. And thanks, game. Yeah, we need the question mark seeds, which don't drop quite yet. We will be able to get some pretty soon. But yeah, not yet. I don't think I've ever gotten to class change exactly on 38 in this version of the game.
I could have beaten them all on my own.
Though in the original version, the leveling, the enemies were lower level, basically in most of the areas, and your level progression was a little slower.
For a moment.
Because by the time you were like you wouldn't be able to do your first class change naturally unless you were doing level grinding until around Salamandos or Undyne.
Watch out.
But I do like how they pushed it a little sooner because it lets you, because class 2 is very much the class that is used the most, and it also lets you use class 3 a little bit more than you did in the original. Because it would be pretty close to the end of the game by the time you would get class 3. So, like, as you can see, they left in the question mark seed, requiring the items from the question mark seeds. Yeah, we're nearing basically the second half of the game. I'd say that there's kind of like almost like 3 acts or so. I guess there's also the prologue, so maybe 4. The first section, the first like beginning of the game, getting the amount of spirits is probably the longer half. We'll see what the second. You'll see what the second half will be. More silver item seeds. Have that help me level up my pot. But yeah. Yay, healing. Whole bunch of golems. Time to get rocket punched all the time. Have them try to rocket punch me all the time. I was hoping that I could have gotten that in before he did his attack, but it did not work. There's one down. See, they just keep on using rocket punch. Might not be, though this area is probably not the most annoying group of enemies. So, golems can be a little annoying.
Quick! We must find Fairy and save her!
Holy crap, Reese, you're like super close to getting a level.
Got you covered.
It is a little annoying that there is no way I can actually fix her level deficit compared to us. She was just not worth taking. She was the least important out of the ones to take during the ghost ship. The second half of the ghost ship. Hey, more money. It's it. I don't think you can have too much. Well, they tend to not shut up about money if you have too much money. So I guess you can't have too much money in this game. I don't know why. Like that won't become a. I don't think that will become much of a problem in this playthrough. But the characters, once you have like a crap ton of money, they're like, why don't we spend money? Why don't we spend money? Why don't we spend money? Like over and over again. That's what they won't say anything other than that. Like basically, like 90% of their end quotes, their end battle quotes is, why don't we spend money? It's a little annoying. And it's like, bitch, I don't have anything to spend money on. The ultimate gear per class has gotten through item seeds, and now we've opened up the path up above.
Let's take it out. We're done more damage. Here goes.
I don't know. They probably should have thought about. Oh, hey, maybe that's annoying if you have them say it every end of the battle. Wow, that did pretty good amount of damage. So aren't these guys weak to wind? Why aren't you in wind? I think they're weak to wind. Maybe I'm wrong. Anyway, let's get it a little healed up and a little bit of CS. Yeah, CS comes back pretty frequently enough. You not to be too worried. Yeah, let's just sneak past these guys. We've already fought them probably like once or twice. Let's why don't we take out these mages? These area effect. How many? I just thought about this. How many like MMOs have like enemy cursors now? The first game I remember, the first MMO I remember seeing like enemy like little like showing you their damage areas was WildStar. Does WildStar even have its server still up? If it does, it's probably just in maintenance mode now. It's just what sucks is like, I mean, probably the vast majority of MMOs probably suck or are trying to be too much like World of Warcraft. And that's not a good idea because people who play World of Warcraft want to play World of Warcraft.
You are too late. Now,
pretty much how it works.
If you wish to save Fairy and the Queen, you must give me that sword of yours.
Betrayal! What a surprise!
Mother!
Please do
Are
not
you okay?
move, Princess Angela.
What would happen if we like denied you? Would your plans like fall all apart?
I'll take that sword now. If you move an inch,
I guess we'll have to video game.
I cannot guarantee the lives of Fairy or Her Majesty.
I mean, I guess Fairy's important based on like what happens later. I don't know.
Oh,
obviously
so
this is what it always
the
plays out, so
sword of
you never really know how it plays out otherwise. You didn't think that that's possible that it would reject
Look
you?
at that. The sword doesn't want a corrupt soul like yours anywhere near it.
What a surprise! It's not happy about a wielder that it doesn't want. Why didn't you do that to begin with?
The sword of mana reflects
You
the
should've put it-
heart of its wielder. Good or wicked.
Looks like you had to do
The
something
Dragon
about it
Lord's
though.
Dark
To swap it
power
over.
will change the sword into a vessel of evil.
Evil.
We've done it. The sword of mana belongs to the Dragon Lord.
You don't want it to just belong to you?
No!
You
We're done
probably
here.
you probably
Now we
would
must
have
use the
to
sword on each mana stone to release the seals on the
probably doesn't want to
Benevodons.
lose his powers and have to fight a literal Dark Knight.
What are you doing? You promised!
I simply
Why do you trust them?
demanded the sword. I never said I would spare any of you in the end.
You have no
I
honor.
mean, isn't it?
Fight me right here and now!
I think it's preferable that keep them alive right now. Though.
Sadly, I have no more time to waste on you, pitiful heroes. But do not fret. Once we free each of the Benevodons,
You'll
will
all be dead.
die. Sooner
We're
or
all
later.
doomed.
You may live for now and watch the world perish. Consider it a gesture of appreciation for the sword.
What are you gonna do once the world perishes, though? Like, yeah, this desolated world is nice.
So sorry.
Everything's burnt. Everything
You
is
lost the
fantastic. Nothing can
Sweet.
possibly be.
Fairy.
I don't
not your
even
fault.
know.
You okay? They're trying to revive the Benevodons.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't
So,
really know the purpose
what
of
do
the
we do
Dragon
now?
Lord. I understand the purposes of like the other two,
It started already. Quick! let
the
me
other
back
two
inside
villains
you.
that are possible.
I'll show you what's happening to the stones.
Maybe the Dragon Lord just wants a world
Close your
with
eyes.
dragons. I don't know. Everything is going hell in the handbasket. Yeah, we're going to have to, the second half of the game is killing the Benevodons. What a surprise! A thing that they talked about actually shows up. Is it, Chekhov's gun? If you show something, you better use it.
This is horrible.
Or I guess in this case, they didn't show it, they just talked about it
But they've only just
multiple
revived.
times.
We still have a chance. Right now, all 8 Benevodons
Ultimate
are
gods
separate.
of beasts
So,
of destruction.
We can defeat each one.
We can totally
and
murder them,
join
right?
to combine their
Yeah.
power.
Well,
The world might yet be saved.
this is a
Let's go to the
JRPG,
Mana
so we
Stones.
can kill them with friendship. Time to kill some god beasts. Yeah, I'll usually call them. I think I'll probably call them god beasts more often than Benevodons, because Benevodons sounds kind of stupid. I think they're translated into god beasts in the original, in the Japanese version. And that's kind of what they are. They're like forces of destruction
I'm never
of
gonna
each
forgive the
element.
Crimson Wizard. He's gonna get it. I'll wait as long as I
Anyway,
have to.
we're going to
This is hard to bear. But we cannot let the Benevodons combine their
I'm waiting
powers.
until they're done talking so
Let
I
us
can enter
focus on
Visor.
defeating them.
Okay, let's go to Visor. Now that it's so much easier to stop by Visor, we're gonna be picking up some items. Not to mention we are gonna need some items for the Benevodon fights. So might as well. Yeah, now they have since we've collected enough little cactus sightings. We've collected enough little cactus. There's now new items in the shop. Let me plant some seeds. Candies? I don't need more candies. Yeah, I think our influx of candies is gonna slow down. At least a little bit. And again, we're gonna save the gold item seeds when we hit class 3. Might not be super long from now. Like Melcurio or whatever is still here.
Lots of wares to browse.
Yeah, we're going to be picking up some of the claws, because obviously they're going to be weak to their opposite element. But yeah, they have now they have like the dark claws, the light claws, the moon claws.
Oh, good choice.
Yeah, as you can see, demon claws, poto claws, succubus claws, crawler claws, and then there's also these fangs. But I think these. I'm not gonna pick up any the crawler claws because even the Benevodon of the moon isn't actually weak to wood. I don't think he's really weak to anything. He's just, though he's not that difficult anyway, so I'm not too worried. I'll be going after some of the ones that I find annoying to deal with. I think I'm gonna start with the fire one. The choice is probably the best ones to start off with, in my opinion. To do is probably earth or fire. Both. Well, earth definitely has more of the annoying enemies to deal with to get to the boss, but the boss is not quite as bad as like the enemies in the area. The enemies in the area are like the most annoying, some of the most annoying enemies in the game, because they can stone you. They obviously, since it's earth, they can stone you. Some of them can silence you. Yeah, a little annoying. It's fun, the battle where the fire Benevodon, it's the Benevodon that's the annoyance, whereas the enemies are pretty easier to deal with, because we do have.
I believe we were unable to go this way before.
Yeah, it's open now.
The presence of a Benevodon nearby. Hurry!
I guess there are the ninjas, which can be a little annoying, but it should be. I think it's relatively.
Okay.
The enemies here, on average, are a little less annoying.
I'm just getting started.
Yay, more levels. Yeah, at some point we might have to gotta keep leveling your stamina, but I might actually once we max out on certain things, I might actually not use my training points, because especially with Angela, I don't give a crap about fire. About strength, I mean. Well, I don't care about investing into strength, which means I don't care about getting her fire spells. Just because strength is not that great for her. We're probably saving it for later for some better stats is preferable. Yeah, on this map I had to alter it a little bit to show the little cactus, or if I didn't, it would be a little hard to see the little cactus because it's right next to the chest on my maps. Okay, let's collect this. Yeah, there's still some candies. I still think that these tomato men can heal, or maybe they can't. I know that they could heal in the original, but they don't seem to want to heal very much at all in this version of the game.
Right.
I think I've seen a later one heal his ally.
We're getting stronger.
Run through.
Get out of my way before I
Don't murder
break.
me booty.
Next.
You'll regret this. Oh, good.
And these like fire
Don't have
drakes
to
are
work
like
hard for now.
pretty easy. Oh geez. I thought I could run through it before it started, but obviously not. And there we go. Yeah, right here we get our first question mark seed. It should be noted that these seeds, you can alter the RNG of the seeds a little bit. What you get out of the seeds is depending on when you get the seed.
Let's take it out.
So what you can do, there's certain chests around in these Benevodon areas. Like every single Benevodon area has a chest with almost every area, I should say, has a chest with a question mark seed. Probably the only one that doesn't is probably the Wind Benevodon, but that's just because you can just go directly to them, to the Wind Benevodon. But
We won admirably.
some you can actually you can save and then go directly to the chest and get the question mark seed, leave the area, open up the seed, and if it doesn't have the right seed, if it doesn't have the right item for what class you want to change into, you can just save scum before you open up the chest and then get a different item out of it. That's the only way you can really manipulate the RNG. Because like I said, the items you get out of the item seed, out of any of the seeds in the game is always the same. Barring unless you've like class changed or any of that. But the RNG is always going to be like the same, especially with the question mark seeds. Yeah, we got more of these ninjas that are doing ninjutsus on us. Yawn. That guy did Moonsaber. He's gonna be dead. Way to go, Duran&Angela. I've already murdered the guy.
With this strength, I
Be
can
nice
make
if
a
they
difference.
used it on enemies that were at full health. Let's see. Yeah, let's max out your intelligence because we're going to want to I'm gonna get her summons. Granted, you could go without and probably invest her somewhere else, but might as well get what's one of her specialties.
We have improved greatly.
Open this up. Yeah, we'll also, in a lot of these areas, we will be getting these accessories that have certain elemental damage.
I will not fall.
But let's see, what was I saying?
I will not fall.
I kind of forgot.
Get out of my way before I break.
I think I've mentioned everything with the item seed. Okay, it was the item seed I was talking about. But yeah, you can. There's some areas. I'll mention the areas later.
We won admirably.
In this playthrough, I'm not gonna really fret around the question mark seeds. Probably the next playthrough I might, just to show off a good way to just get to class 3 before the first Benevodon. But anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.